Hello bachcha log, I welcome all of you again to the YouTube channel of SRT. I hope everyone is fit and fine and you all are liking this whole new process of online education. Today I am here to teach you chapter number 5 of geometry, that is quadrilaterals. In this video, I will be doing all the sums of your practice set number 5.1 except question number 7 because that is omitted for your academic year 2020-21. So question number 1 till question number 6 of exercise 5.1, you will have the entire explanation in this particular video. Okay, if you want, you can share this video with your other friends also who are not a part of SRT so that it benefit them also. Okay, do subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get all the latest updates. Chalo, now let's start with chapter number 5, quadrilateral. So starting with chapter number 5, quadrilaterals in geometry. Now before I go to the exercise, first let us try to understand what do we mean by the word quadrilateral. Everyone should be knowing a quadrilateral is nothing but a four-sided closed figure. Look here, this is nothing but a quadrilateral. Okay, any general quadrilateral, a four-sided closed figure. Any quadrilateral will have 10 elements with it. Which are those 10 elements? There are 4 sides, there are 4 angles, and if I join the opposite vertices, you will get 2 diagonals. So 4 sides, 4 angles and 2 diagonals. So these are the 10 elements that any quadrilateral will have. Okay, now for any general quadrilateral, there is one property that will always exist. That is, sum of measures of all angles of quadrilateral is 360 degree. Means what? Suppose if I name this quadrilateral as quadrilateral ABCD, you can say angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D is equal to 360 degree. Is that clear? So what is this property? Sum of measures of all angles of quadrilateral is 360 degree. Now after this we will be talking about few specific types of quadrilateral in the entire chapter. Like we will come across parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, square, etc. etc. Your first exercise, that is your practice set number 5.1, is totally dependent on parallelogram. So now let's talk about parallelogram in detail. These are the 5 properties of parallelogram that we are going to use. Okay, and whenever you talk about properties of any quadrilateral, think in terms of sides, then angles, and then diagonals. Okay, matlab what I want to tell you, suppose if I ask you what are the properties of parallelogram, you should think about what are the properties of sides of parallelogram, what are the properties of angles of parallelogram, what are the properties of diagonals of parallelogram. If you go step by step like this, you won't miss out any property. Clear? Now for a parallelogram, there are 2 properties of sides, 2 properties of angles, and 1 property of diagonal. Which are those 5 properties? Look here, I have written it over here. Opposite sides are parallel. Okay, now before I go to the properties, one thing, this is a parallelogram. What is the definition of parallelogram? A parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which opposite sides are parallel. If both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel, then the quadrilateral is called as a parallelogram. Okay, coming back to the properties. First property, opposite sides are parallel. It means that side AD is parallel to side BC and side AB is parallel to side DC. Second property, opposite sides are congruent, means side AD is congruent to side BC and side AB is congruent to side DC. Then opposite angles are congruent. Abhi opposite angles, which are the opposite angle? Angle A and angle C. These 2 angles will be congruent, angle B will be congruent to angle D. Then adjacent angles are supplementary. Adjacent का मतलब क्या होता है? आजू बाजू वाला angle. Supplementary का मतलब क्या? Addition is 180 degree. Means angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree, or angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. But one thing please remember, only for this particular property you have to prove. It is to be proved. You cannot use this property directly. Now how will you prove that angle A plus angle B is 180? एकदम simple है. Can I say this and this is parallel to each other, and this if I consider as the transversal, then angle A and angle B are interior angles for parallel lines AD and BC. you have studied in chapter number 2 that if your lines are parallel, interior angles are supplementary. That is how you get angle A plus angle B equal to 180. Or if I consider these two parallel lines and this as the transversal, angle B plus angle C will be equal to 180 degree. Okay, then one last property is that diagonals bisect each other. Now what do we mean by the word bisect? Bisect का मतलब होता है dividing into two equal parts. Now suppose if I draw these two diagonals, let these diagonals intersect at point O. If I tell you that diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other, इसका मतलब होता है OA will be equal to OC and OB will be equal to OD. Means your two diagonals gets divided into two equal parts. Is that clear? So these are the 5 properties that you have to mug it up. All your sums are based on these 5 properties in your practice set number 5.1. I again repeat those 5 properties. Opposite sides parallel, opposite sides congruent, opposite angles congruent, adjacent angles supplementary, and diagonals bisect each other. Clear? Okay. Chalo. Now let's start with the sums which are based on practice set number 5.1. Now look over there. Question number 1. Question says what? Diagonals of parallelogram WXYZ intersect. Intersect का मतलब क्या? They cut each other. Intersect and bisect में फर्क है. Intersect का मतलब होता है they cut each other. Bisect का मतलब होता है they cut and they divide themselves in equal parts. Okay. Now intersect each other at point O. Angle XYZ is 135 degree. Then what is the measure of these two angles? Then this length is 5 centimeter. What is the length of WY? Now diagram is not given in the question, but you have to draw the diagram on your own. Okay. Abhi they are talking about a parallelogram. So very obvious, I'll be drawing a parallelogram. Let's say this is the parallelogram that they are talking about. Name of the parallelogram is what? WXYZ. And angle XYZ is 135 degree. Now let's say this is WXYZ. Angle XYZ means this angle is given in the question as 135 degree. Diagonals intersect each other at point O. So these are your two diagonals, intersect each other at point O. This angle is 135 degree. Then length OY is 5 centimeter. OY, this is 5 centimeter. Okay. After that, and I want angle XWZ. Angle XWZ का मतलब ये वाला angle अपने को चाहिए. And you want angle YZW. YZW means this angle you want. Then they are asking for length WY. WY means this entire diagonal. Okay. It is very simple. सबसे पहले you will write given. You all know that your sum will go in 5 parts. Which are those 5 parts? सबसे पहले diagram आएगा, then given आएगा, then to find आएगा, then if required construction will come, and then your proof or solution. Is that clear? Okay. Now given में first step, quadrilateral WXYZ is a parallelogram. Then they are saying that angle XYZ is 135 degree, length OY is 5 centimeter. To find, first they are asking for angle XWZ, then they are asking for angle YZW, and lastly they are asking for length of WY. Okay. Solution. Now first let's talk about the angles. अभी angles के बारे में they are asking. So very obvious, you have to apply property of angles of parallelogram. What is the property of angles of parallelogram? Opposite angles are congruent, adjacent angles are supplementary. Look here, ये वाला angle मेरे को दिया है 135. Can I say this angle is opposite to this? To which property? Opposite angles are congruent. Because I am using property of parallelogram, first step you will say quadrilateral WXYZ is a parallelogram. Reason में you can write this is what is given in the question. Then you will say therefore angle XWZ is congruent to angle XYZ. Reason में you will write that property opposite angles are congruent. Okay, then you can say therefore angle XWZ is equal to 135 degree. Because this is asked in the question, you will highlight it, and reasonly you will write since angle XYZ is 135. Okay, now I come to the next part. Now I talk about this angle. Now this angle and this angles are what type of angles? They are ajubajwal angle, means they are adjacent angles. Adjacent angles का क्या property होता है? They are supplementary, but this property you need to prove. I told you, you have to prove by making use of interior angles. So these two are interior angles for WZ and XY with this YZ as the transversal. So I will say that side XY is parallel to side WZ and your segment YZ is transversal. Reason में what you will write? Opposite sides are parallel. Okay. Now you have already mentioned that the sides are parallel, so you can say therefore angle WZY plus angle XYZ is equal to 180 degree. Reason में you will write interior angle theorem. Okay, now you substitute the value. Therefore WZY, we do not know that angle, so angle WZY I keep it as it is, plus XYZ. XYZ के जगह पे I write 135 degree is equal to 180 degree. This 135 degree is given in the question, so I write given. Then you will say angle WZY is equal to 180 degree minus 135 degree. Therefore angle WZY is equal to 45 degree. ये हो गया. This is your seventh one. Now you have got this, you have got this. Now they are asking for WY. अभी देखो WY diagonal है, तो very obvious you have to make use of property of diagonal of parallelogram. What is the corresponding property? Diagonal of parallelogram bisect each other. Bisect each other का मतलब क्या? This point O can be the midpoint of WY. मतलब entire WY has to be twice of OY. Okay, so I directly write length WY is equal to 2 into length OY. Reason में you can say which property you are using? Diagonals bisect each other. Now if you want, you can substitute the value 2 into 5. This is given, and 2 into 5 answer will be 10 centimeter. This is your length WY. Is that clear? So these were the three things asked in the question, and you got those three things. So these sums are very simple. Looking at the question, you will come to know what you are supposed to use. अगर angles के बारे में पूछा है तो angle का property, sides के बारे में पूछा है तो sides का property, and diagonal के बारे में पूछा है तो diagonal का property. Clear? Let's solve few more sums so that you get a proper hang about all these properties. Okay? Chal. Question number 2. In a parallelogram ABCD, if angle A is this, angle B is this, then find the value of x and then find measures of angle C and angle D. Okay, look here. Again, diagram is not given. You have to do the diagram on your own. Let's say this is the parallelogram that they are talking about. Name of the parallelogram given is ABCD. So A, B, C, D. Okay. Then angle A is given in the question as 3x plus 12 degree, and angle B is given in the question as 2x minus 32 degree. And given you will write very obvious, quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Then angle A is given in the question as 3x plus 12 degree. Angle B given in the question as 2x minus 32 degree. Then they are telling us to find three things. First is value of x, second angle C, and third angle D. Solution एकदम simple question है. As I told you, first look at the data. Automatically you will come to know which property you are supposed to apply. they are talking about angles of parallelogram. So what thing should come in your mind? Opposite angles are congruent, adjacent angles are supplementary. अभी ये angle A और angle B कौन से type का angle है? Can I say they are आजू बाजू वाला angle? आजू बाजू मतलब adjacent angles, and what is the property? Adjacent angles are supplementary. So that will give you an equation 3x plus 12 plus 2x minus 32 is equal to 180. On solving that equation, you will get the value of x. Now, once I get the value of x, after that, they are telling us to get value of measure of angle C and angle D. So, what will I do? I'll substitute that x in over here. I'll get angle A. Angle A say I can get angle C by making use of the property opposite angles are congruent. And if I substitute x over here, I'll get angle B, and using angle B, I can get angle D using the same property opposite angles are congruent. Samjha? This is the whole logic of the sum. Now let's see how to write it basically. Here, adjacent angles are supplementary is the first property that we are using. As it is written, it cannot be used directly. You have to prove it, and you will prove it by making use of interior angle theorem. Okay. So how do I write it? I'll say quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. This is what is given in the question. Therefore, you can say that opposite sides are parallel. These are interior angles for AD and BC with AB as the transversal. This is a C getting formed over here. Okay, so you will say side AD is parallel to side BC and sec AB is transversal. Your reason will be opposite sides are parallel. Okay, then you will say therefore angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. Reason you can write interior angle theorem. Okay, then you will substitute angle A and angle B के जगह पे their values. Angle A given in the question as 3x plus 12 plus angle B given in the question as 2x minus 32 is 180. Reason you will write given values. Now you just need to solve this. This 3x and 2x will give you 5x, 12 and minus 32 will give you minus 20 is equal to 180. Therefore, 5x is equal to 180 plus 20. 5x is equal to 200. Clear? Now, you will say therefore, x is equal to 200 upon 5. Therefore, x is equal to 40. So, you got the value of x. This value I will be using further. So, I give it a statement number 5. Clear? Okay. So, now you got the value of x. Now, what else they are asking for? Angle C and angle D. So, what I can do? I can get the value of angle A and then get angle C, or I can directly write over here angle C is congruent to angle A and angle D is congruent to angle B. Reason में you can write opposite angles are congruent. Okay, then you can say therefore angle C will be A के जगह पे I can write 3x plus 12 and angle D equal is congruent to angle B. B के जगह पे I can write 2x minus 32. Clear? Reason में you will write since angle A is 3x plus 12 degree and angle B is 2x minus 32 degree. मैंने क्या किया? Here I had an option to get angle A by substituting x over here. After getting A, I was getting C. Here I am doing a shortcut. I directly express C and D in terms of x. मतलब इसके जगह पे 3x plus 12 लिखा, इधर ही substitute करके C का value निकाला. Either 2x minus 32 I got and उधर ही substitute करके I am getting angle D. Means I am not getting the measures of angle A and angle B at all. Clear? Okay. Now I just substitute. I'll say angle C is 3x plus 12 degree which is equal to 3 into 40 plus 12 degree. अभी ये 40 किधर से आया? You can write from step 5 because step 5 में x is equal to 40. Now 3 into 40 will give you 120 and 120 plus 12 will give you 132 degree. This is your angle C. समझ में आया? And same way now you can get angle D. I don't have space over here, I'm not solving. क्या करोगे? Tenth statement you will write angle D is 2x minus 32 from step 7. Then substitute x के जगह पे 40. So 2 into 40 minus 32. 80 minus 32 आएगा. Answer will be 48 degree. That is how you got your value of x, angle C and angle D. Clear with it? Okay. Now go to the next one. Question number 3. Perimeter of a parallelogram is 150 centimeter. One of its side is greater than the other by 25 centimeter. Find the length of all sides. Again, diagram is not given in the question. I have already put up over here so that we don't waste much time. Naming of parallelogram is not given. In such case, you can take any naming. A, B, C, D, P, Q, R, S, L, M, N, O. कुछ भी ले सकते हो. Okay. Now, I am taking it as parallelogram A, B, C, D. So, in the given, I write quadrilateral A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. Now, what they are saying, one of side is greater than the other by 25 centimeter. Now, this in the diagram is a bigger side. This is a smaller side. तो given में भी मैंने accordingly लिखा length of BC is greater than length of AB by 25 centimeter. Perimeter is given as 150. I want to find length of all sides. Now here they are talking about sides of parallelogram. Okay, तो sides के बारे में क्या property है? There are two properties. One is opposite sides congruent. Second is that opposite sides are parallel. Now अगर मेरे को length associated कुछ करने का है, obviously you will make use of opposite sides congruent. अभी BC is greater than AB by 25. तो let's take AB as x. तो BC कितना होगा? x plus 25. अभी अगर ये x है तो opposite sides are congruent. अगर ये x है तो ये भी x होगा. ये x plus 25 है तो ये भी x plus 25 होगा. So you got all the four sides in terms of x. Now perimeter is given as 150. Perimeter का मतलब क्या होता है? In your entire maths, perimeter of any geometric figure means addition of all sides. Okay, so can I say x plus 25 plus x plus 25 will be equal to 150. You'll solve that equation, get the value of x, and once I get x, can I get all the sides? Simple logic is clear. Now let's see how to write. I'll say let length AB be equal to x centimeter. Then I will say that since length of side BC is greater than length of side AB by 25 centimeter, this is what is given in the question. Therefore, length of BC is equal to x plus 25 centimeter. Now I got this as x, this as x plus 25. Now I'll get the remaining two sides by using what property? That opposite sides of parallelogram are congruent. Okay, so now I'll say that length of CD is equal to length of AB and length of AD is equal to length of BC. Reason में you will write opposite sides are congruent. Okay, then you will say therefore length CD is equal to length AB is equal to CD equal to AB equal to x and length of AB is equal to length of BC is equal to x plus 25. Clear? This you can say from step 1, 3 and 4. 1 से x मिला, 3 से x plus 25 मिला and 4 में लिखा है that they are congruent. So these two sides are x, these two sides are x plus 25. So you have lengths of all four sides now. Now you make use of perimeter का information that they have given. So now I'll say that perimeter is equal to 150 centimeter. This is what is given in the question. बट पेरीमीटर का मतलब क्या होता है? एडिशन ऑफ ऑल साइड्स. सो AB प्लस BC प्लस CD प्लस AD शुड बी इक्वल टू 150. देखो अभी AB के जगह पे आई विल राइट x, BC के जगह पे आई विल राइट x प्लस 25 प्लस CD के जगह पे आई विल राइट x प्लस x प्लस 25 इज इक्वल टू 150. इसका रीजन व्हाट विल आई गिव? ये सब साइड्स मेरे को किधर से मिला? फ्रॉम स्टेप नंबर 5. नाउ यू सॉल्व द इक्वेशन. कितने x है? 1 2 3 4. सो आई विल से 4x प्लस 50 इज इक्वल टू 150. तो 4x will be equal to 100, x will be equal to 25. Now you got the value of x. This x, if I substitute over here, I'll get length of all the four sides. Okay, so now I'll say that length CD is equal to length AB. This was equal to x. This is from step number 5. Substitute x. Therefore, length CD is equal to length AB is equal to x के जगह पे I can write 25 centimeter. Is that clear? Okay, and here I'll write from step 7. Then I take the other two sides. I'll say length AD is equal to length BC is equal to x plus 25. Here I'll write from step number 5. X के जगह पे what is the value of x? I got 25. So I'll write 25 plus 25 from step 7, and 25 plus 25 is 50 centimeter. So length AD equal to length BC is equal to 50 centimeter. So I got two sides over here, two sides over here. So you have all the four sides of your parallelogram. Now go to question number 4. Okay. Now question number 4, if the ratio of measures of two adjacent angles of a parallelogram is 1:2, find the measures of all angles of parallelogram. एकदम simple sum है. Look here. Diagram, question में naming is not given. I have put up my own naming. Quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Adjacent angles का ratio is 1:2. So let's say angle A is to angle B is 1:2. Now students, it is better from the ratio. It is obvious that angle A should be smaller, angle B should be bigger. But in your diagram, angle A is an obtuse angle and angle B is an acute angle. तो क्या करेंगे? I can take even B and C as adjacent angles. Okay, so angle B is to angle C is equal to 1:2. Even these two are adjacent angles. So your naming should match with the data. I want to find measures of all angles. एकदम obvious है. In ratio proportion, I have taught you that if the ratio of two thing is 1:2, you cannot say angle B is 1 and angle C is 2. जब भी ratio निकालने का रहेगा, you will have to take a common multiple x. Now this is what is given in the question. Then I will say let the common multiple be x. Therefore angle B will be 1x, that is x, and angle C will be 2x. एकदम simple. Now you got angle B as x and angle C as 2x. You will apply property of angles of parallelogram. These two are which type of angles? They are adjacent angles, and adjacent angles are supplementary. But it has to be proved. You will be proving it by making use of interior angles. So look here. Now this is a C getting formed over here. AB and DC are parallel lines. BC is the transversal. So I say side AB is parallel to side BC and your segment BC is transversal. Why are those opposite sides parallel? Because that is the property of parallelogram. So accordingly I write a reason. Opposite sides are parallel. Okay, therefore you can say angle B plus angle C should be equal to 180 degree. Reason you will write interior angle theorem. Now you substitute the values. Angle B के जगह पे I can write x and angle C के जगह पे I can write 2x is equal to 180. Reason you can write from step 3 and substituted in statement 5. So from step 3 and 5. Now solve this equation to get the value of x. तो x will be equal to 60. They are asking for measures of all angles of parallelogram. First I am getting angle B and angle C. I'll say angle B is equal to x, which is okay, is equal to x. This is from step 3. Therefore angle B is equal to 60 degree. ये मेरे को किधर से पता चला? From step number 7, because in step number 7 you have the value of x. Now I'll say angle C is 2x. This I got from step number 3. Now you substitute value of x. X is 60 and that 60 I got from step number 7. Answer is 120 degree. Okay, you got two angles. Now you got angle B, you got angle C. Now if angle B is 60, angle D has to be 60. Angle C अगर 120 है तो angle A should be 120. Which property you are using? You are making use of opposite angles of parallelogram are congruent. Okay, so I'll say that angle A is congruent to angle C and angle D is congruent to angle B. Reason में you will write opposite angles are congruent. Okay, then you can say therefore angle A is equal to C के जगह पे I'll write 120 degree and angle D is equal to B के जगह पे I can write 60 degree, and these two values you get from step number 8, 10 and I have substituted in 11. So these are the four angles that were asked in the question. एकदम simple है. अगर angles के बारे में पूछा है, use property of angles. Sides के बारे में पूछा है, use property of sides. Diagonals के बारे में पूछा है, then you have the only property that diagonals bisect each other. Now let's see question number 5. Okay, students, now this is a different type of question. It says diagonals of a parallelogram intersect each other at point O. AO given, BO given, AB given, then show that quadrilateral is a rhombus. Now, it is already specified in the question that quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Parallelogram is given, but they are telling us to prove that this parallelogram is also a rhombus. So you remember one thing, that if diagonals of a parallelogram are perpendicular to each other, then you can conclude that your parallelogram is a rhombus. If you want, you can write this besides your sum in question in the textbook, okay, besides question number 5, that over here you are supposed to prove that diagonals are perpendicular to each other. And here I am going to make use of one theorem which is of 10th standard, that is converse of Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem आप लोगों को पता है, that if the triangle is a right angle triangle, hypotenuse side square is one side square plus other side square. Converse में क्या होता है मालूम है? It is not given that there is a right angle, but you prove the equation that largest side square is equal to one side square plus other side square. If you manage to prove that in a triangle largest side square is equal to one side square plus other side square, you can conclude that triangle is a right angle triangle by converse of Pythagoras theorem. Exactly the same thing we are going to use over here. ये मेरा parallelogram दिया हुआ है. My job or my target is to prove that this angle is right angle. Diagonals are perpendicular to each other का मतलब क्या? That at the point of intersection ये चारों एंगल में से कौन सा भी एक एंगल, if it is 90 degree, you can say that diagonals are perpendicular to each other. So what I'll try to prove, that this triangle is a right angle triangle. If I prove this triangle is a right angle triangle, I'll get a right angle over here. If I get a right angle over here, I'll say that diagonals of parallelogram are perpendicular to each other. If the diagonals of parallelogram are perpendicular to each other, you can say that it is a rhombus. समझा? Okay. Now over here, सबसे पहले largest side लो. Largest side मेरा AB है. So I'll say that okay. First you say quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay. This is what is given in the question. Then you find largest side square. Largest side square 13 square is 169. Value is given in the question. Now I'm getting the addition of other two sides. So I'll find OA square plus OB square, that is 5 square plus 12 square. Again the values are given, which is 25 plus 144, answer turns out to be 169. So OA square plus OB square का answer आया. Now if I go to see, AB square is 169, OA square plus OB square is 169. So I can conclude, therefore AB square is equal to OA square plus OB square. Reason you will write from step number 2 and 4. Therefore, angle AOB is equal to 90 degree. Reason, converse of Pythagoras theorem. This is a theorem which you will come across in 10th standard. Okay, so now you have angle AOB is 90 degree. You will conclude, therefore, diagonals of parallelogram A, B, C, D are perpendicular to each other, because at the intersection I have proved that there is a 90 degree, and if diagonals of a parallelogram are perpendicular, I told you, you can conclude that that parallelogram is a rhombus. Hence, proved. This is what was asked in the question. Now student, there is one mistake that many students do over here. In order to prove AB square equal to AO square plus OB square, what students do is this. पहले ही वो लोग लिख देते हैं that AB square is equal to OA square plus OB square. Then they do 13 square is equal to 5 square plus 12 square, which is 25 plus 144, which is 169. And they say 169 equal to 169. This method is totally wrong, because here at the beginning only you are saying that AB square is OA square plus OB square. You cannot claim that in the beginning. You have to prove that AB square is OA square plus OB square. तो उसके लिए क्या करने का, AB square का आंसर अलग से निकाला, OA square plus OB square का अलग आंसर अलग से निकाला. After that you compare and say that they are equal. Do not do like this. If you do like this, you won't get any marks over here. Clear? Now let's go to question number 6. Okay, question number 6. Now student, this particular question is very important from examination point of view. There are many schools in which they get this particular question either in unit test or semester. It is very simple. See what it says. In the given figure, quadrilateral PQRS and quadrilateral ABCR are two parallelograms. मतलब ये bigger quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Also the smaller quadrilateral is a parallelogram. They have given that angle P is 110 degree and they are asking for all the measures of all the four angles of the smaller parallelogram. ये एंगल दिया हुआ है, these four angles are asked. एकदम simple. See what I'll do. I'll take the bigger parallelogram first. P से, can I say R is related? What type of angles are they? Correct. They are opposite angles. So I'll say that opposite angles of parallelogram are congruent. तो अगर ये 110 है, can I say this should be 110? Then अभी focus on your smaller parallelogram. This R and D. Can I say they are opposite angle? तो अगर ये 110 है तो ये 110 हो जाएगा. And these two angles are adjacent angles. Adjacent angles are supplementary. ये 110 है तो ये 70 हो जाएगा. अगर ये 70 है, its opposite angle should be 70. समझा? Simple. चलो, let's start. सबसे पहले I get my angle R. For that I will say bigger quadrilateral. I'll start with quadrilateral PQRS is a parallelogram. Reason में you will write this is what is given in the question. Therefore, angle R is congruent to angle P. Reason में you can say opposite angles are congruent. Okay, then you will say therefore angle R is equal to 110 degree. And reason में what you can write, since angle P is 110 degree. Now students, you got this angle. Now using this angle I am getting this angle. For that I will make use of smaller parallelogram. So I will say quadrilateral ABCR is a parallelogram. Okay, this is what is given in the question. Therefore, angle B is congruent to angle R. Reason में you will write opposite angles are congruent. Okay, then you will say therefore angle B is equal to 110 degree. Reason from step 3 and 5. Because 3 में you have R 110, 5 में you have written that these two angles are congruent. Okay, now I got this angle. These two angles are remaining. First I get this angle by making use of adjacent angle supplementary. But that property needs to be proved by making use of interior angle. So over here, this is a C getting formed. So ये और ये parallel line है. This is the transversal. So I say that side AB is parallel to side RC and sec AR is transversal. Reason me you will write this is what is given in the question. Therefore, angle BAR plus angle R is equal to 180 degree. Reason you will write interior angle theorem. Now students understand one thing that ये जो angle है ना, at vertex A, at this vertex there are two angles over here, BAS and BAR. So if I name this angle as angle A, there is a confusion whether it is this angle or this angle. So over here 3-letter naming is compulsory, but for R there is only a single angle present. So over there single letter naming is allowed. Okay. Therefore angle BAR plus R की जगह पे I'll put 110 is equal to 180. Reason you can write from step number 3. Therefore, angle BAR is equal to 180 degree minus 110 degree. Therefore, angle BAR is equal to 70 degree. Is that clear? Now I got this angle BAR. Using this, I'll get this angle by making use of opposite angles congruent. Okay. Now for C also, there are two different angles. So I'll make use of 3-letter naming. So I'll say angle BCR is congruent to angle BAR. Reason I will say opposite angles are congruent. Clear? Therefore, angle BCR is equal to BAR के जगह पे you will write 70 degree. Reason you will say this is from step number 9. Clear? There should be 4 angles of this quadrilateral. There are 4 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got all your 4 angles. Is that clear? Now let's go to the next question. Now next question is your question number 7. Now question number 7 is omitted for the academic year 2020-21, so I am not covering that now. So students, with this we finish up your entire practice set number 5.1. As you know, it was totally based on parallelogram. These are the 5 properties that we are supposed to mug it up, and if you know these 5 properties, the 6 questions that we have covered today are not at all difficult. If you understood whatever I have taught in today's lecture, do like this video, subscribe to our channel to get all the latest updates and hit the bell icon. You can share this video with your friends also who are not a part of SRT, so it can benefit them also. Very soon I'll be back with more exercises of this chapter only for you. Till then, tata bye bye.